So my story is I was a truck driver back in the early 2000s. Things took a bit of a turn probably about 5 years ago, where the dementia was causing problems with supporting the family to the degree that I had to become a full-time carer of the family, which in the last 5 years has probably changed our situation quite quite a bit. Earlier this year, I think the carers people called us up and asked us how they could best support us. I was able to study to get a certificate in disability, which I've almost done as we speak. The good thing about this, it's got us into work. It pretty much got us into work straight away. I had a 3-month contract with as a support coordinator for the NDIS, which kind of used the experience that I have in the NDIS to help other people in the same situation to be supported well. For me, the problem with being a carer is the limitation to do 25 hours. For me, I'd prefer, especially as things are getting worse, to have more time to be able to get back into the workforce. I kind of don't enjoy that the amount of time, so which is where it's at, I think, at the moment. As a result of the program, I am in employment which is relevant to the training that I've received. So a bit of this is the NDIS support work, and a bit of it is support work with individuals that require care as well. I do miss transport, which is where I came from originally. For me, what has changed since coming into the program is that I've got new skills that allow us to get back into the workforce in a different role, to become trained in something else, to have something more flexible as things are changing in my own circumstances with the caring responsibilities that I have. Have there been any challenges that you've had to face and how you have overcome them? So my problem in my circumstance was that I'm a truck driver, so I've been a truck driver for the last close to 20 years. The problem with being a truck driver is that no one wants to employ you if you're only going to do 25 hours, which is what the carer stuff allows you to do, which is kind of good, but then it's kind of a bit annoying as well that you've only got that limitation. So I was working for a transport company that there's 2 carers working there, and I think 1 carer left, and then I was left, and they pretty much said, we'll call you when we need you, and that sort of never happened. So the biggest problem I've had is that in transport, they want you to do as much as the fatigue book sort of says you can do, and that became a problem. So over the last couple of years, I've been trying to study to get into jobs that are flexible, which is a different industry, which is a different resume, which is a different everything. And this has been probably the biggest problem that I've tried to overcome. So I'm kind of getting into a new industry now, and it's been more difficult. The money's not as good, which is a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. So my caring responsibilities have slowed my ability to get higher paid jobs. So the problem I've got out here rurally is it's a long way to get to any spot to get work, so you've got to drive a long way to get it, and there's not much out here. A message for the group and any tips: think outside the box. We're in these situations. It's probably the last few years have been quite handy in the sense that the government's probably helping us a little bit more than they used to, which is quite nice, and it's how it should be as well. The NDIS is good. There's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, there's probably needs a bit more, less restrictions for those that are carers, and probably more flexibility. And I suppose, I know it'd be nice if the system could take over and to do a bit more. But the problem is it sort of all allows on funding and how much you're entitled to, I suppose. But it'd be nice to have a bit more flexibility in the amount of time you can work, because it'd be nice to work a bit more. What I'm doing as a result of the program, I'm trying to get work, and any work in any situation. For me, I didn't want to become a carer. The problem with being a carer is that, so I sort of thought it was coming, but then the problem with dementia, it doesn't really sort of want to go against the timeline that you expect it's going to go under, and it, for me, it's come along a bit quicker, and things are declining a bit quicker than I expected, which has caused a few issues. But other than that, it is what it is. Thank you for letting me have the opportunity to talk to you guys. I hope there's not too much wind in the background of this, and it's shot out in the middle of nowhere, which is where I live. Thank you.